Hi, Donald. It's me, Zach. Just another one of those ungrateful, entitled millennials you so graciously decided to govern in January. I know it's super annoying to be one of the first generations in years to actually give a fuck about the legislation being passed by our government, but I just had a few questions regarding that shit healthcare act you tried passing last week. In your press conference on March 24th, you seem to be pointing a lot of fingers at those who opposed you, specifically the Democrats. But when your henchmen went to go whip your votes, they failed to speak to anyone outside the Freedom House Caucus, aka not a single Democrat. But the irony is that you are sitting in a presidency where literally every aspect of the federal government is of Republican majority, and you still couldn't get the votes. So what this tells me, and hopefully the rest of the American people, is that your and Paul Ryan's bill was such dog shit that the same people who tried over 50 times to repeal Obamacare still couldn't support it. In your press conference, I understand you went on to try to defend your bill, explaining that we were only introduced to phase 1 of the bill, and that phases 2 and 3 had great promise for the American people. But healthcare isn't another episode of Celebrity Apprentice where the millions of people waiting to see if you fire Gary Busey are actually the 650 million people who could actually die each year without basic health coverage, while waiting for phases 2 and 3 sitting through a commercial for one of your cardboard shit steaks. What's worse is you couldn't stop trying to sell the press on magical phases 2 and 3 that would somehow undo the 70% of tax breaks given to the 5% of America, based on the fact that you had no part in writing it. You did show some humility, though, admitting that you've learned a lot about the vote-getting process, and I just wanted to let you know that I've read your shit book, and I've learned something too. In the art of the deal, you said, you can't con people, at least not for long. You can create excitement, you can do wonderful promotions, and you can get all kinds of press. You can even throw in a little bit of hyperbole. But if you don't deliver the goods, people will eventually catch on. And let me tell you, Donald, me, along with the other 55 million suckers who you conned into thinking you gave a flying fuck about the common man, are starting to catch on. Once again, my name's Zach, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ZachOutLoud.